Noah way outside. And a rebound to Jacob. 4 seconds, 3. Plays it in and 1. Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann & Associates, a full-service law firm dedicated to winning for you. Call them now for a free consultation. Welcome in Deseret News Rewind's Moments of the Week, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
That's right, Dusty, and over $20,000 in educational assistance available through the Utah Army National Guard. Over 150 different career path options available. If you're looking to take that next step, but you don't know what you want to do or where you want to be, check out the Utah Army National Guard. Visit www.nationalguard.com.
All right, let's get to it. We're here at Lehi. Brand new gym.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well done. I think it's well size. Everything's terrific. But we had a great game tonight, Lehi and Alta.
Yeah, we certainly did. And this is a pivotal game. I mean, certainly for Alta, right? Having to make up some standings. For Lehi, they had just a gut-wrenching loss earlier this week. I mean, a half-court shot, you lose to Orem. If it's not for that, you're right near the top of that region. I mean, you still are, but now work to do.
Would be in first.
Huge game tonight for both these two sides. And Lehi, boy, they came to play.
They did, and they are led by a couple of really good players. This junior class is really good. Noah Gonzalez and Tyson Hawkins. Had a chance to catch up with both of them here on Deseret News Rewind. First of all, Noah, big win tonight. You made a bunch of big free throws down the stretch. We'll just jump right to it. How do you stay calm? What's the Noah Gonzalez secret of making clutch free throws to seal games?
My coach just always told me to be calm and think money. So I just thought money, and just shot my free throws.
Tyson, this Lehi team, I was talking with Dusty earlier, you guys weren't on my radar before the season started, and then you guys come off, and right now you're contending in Region 7 with the best of the best. What was kind of that first indication where you felt like this could be a year that this group could do something special for Lehi?
Just starting off region strong. We had some big wins coming out, and we all are just hitting shots coming down the stretch of every game, and all our games have been close, but we've been finishing them all strong, so it's been good for us.
Same thing for you, Noah. When did you know that you guys could be this good?
I know we struggled in the beginning of the season, but we wanted to come out with region strong and come out with wins, just the same what he said, pretty much.
And this one, I mean, this is close. You guys knew it'd be close. It was close up at Alta, but tonight they were kind of chipping away. Third quarter, take a lead, get up by, I believe, 4 at one point. What was the calming water part for you guys about just sticking with things?
We just wanted to play our game, not play their game. We know they had shooters, they had drivers, but we just needed to respond back what they had.
You guys, this is a loaded junior class, right? There's a lot of youth. The future is bright for Lehi. Talk about what you're learning this year, junior year, and how you really try to use this in preparation for the state tournament, but then also for the rest of your career here at Lehi.
Just going through all the experiences, like losing games, like really bad, just learning new things, because this is my first year playing varsity, so it's just getting the experience for me.
Talk about a guy like Josh Jacob tonight. I said Josh Jacob because I'm a Raider guy. But Jacob tonight, I mean, he gets that big play right at the end of the third quarter, +1. What's it like when you see guys like him that put time in with you as well, that might not get notoriety like us? Better know than Dane, like we got a couple of weeks ago. And he had some big rebounds in that fourth quarter too.
Yeah, he was tough. We just had to box him out and just keep him off the glass, and just play our game.
Feels like this Region 7, so tight at the top of the region, right? I mean, there's Timpanogos, there's Timpview, there's you guys, there's Alta, there's Orem. There's so many tough teams, and night in, night out, it's just a bitter fight out on the floor. What's it like to play in that, knowing every night you got to bring your A game, and any night it can go either way?
Yeah, our region's super tough. We know that every night we got to bring it. There's not like one team in this region that can't compete with anyone. So we know we just got to win out if we want to have a shot at this region title.
Practical joke happens in the locker room, on the bus, on a trip. Who's getting blamed?
What's the joke?
Any type of practical joke or prank or anything like that?
Dean is the best joker out there.
Not the guy that hit us with a cup of water?
No, not him.
All right. Hey, when you guys are not on the basketball floor, you're not watching film, right? You're unplugging from the game a little bit. What do you most likely do in your free time?
Probably just hanging out with friends or just playing video games with the boys.
What's your favorite game?
I'd say 2K.
Noah?
I like fishing, so probably fishing out somewhere.
Fly fishing, bank fishing, what?
Last week, a couple weeks ago, I went ice fishing. That's pretty fun, but I like it all.
You don't get any of that stuff in Hawaii, do you?
Small fish. I don't go on the boat. I get too seasick.
Well, congratulations, guys, on a big win tonight, and best of luck throughout the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. You know, when Mama Hawkins keeps hitting you up on Twitter from multiple accounts, but luckily she came up and talked to us and said, hey, I won't use her words. I'm the lady that reaches out to you guys, and we're glad she did. And they were on our radar. We wanted to figure out how to do this, but a great job, great opportunity to come see these guys.
Look, we're serious. If there's things we're missing, hit us up. Let us know, right?
Just
because
be kind.
We can't get everywhere. Now, we could be polite about it, and Mama Hawkins, she's been great. But so helpful to have her notes and to be able to get video from them as we've gone through the year. But, man, you talk to Noah and you talk to Tyson, and you see the development of this young squad. Now, I've got some good seniors that contribute. They needed senior contribution tonight. This junior class, as you mentioned, so talented, bright future here at Lehi. And Coach Yeager, man, he's doing a heck of a job here in 2020.
Well, Coach, 5th year here at Lehi, and I don't mean this to slide or anything. How glad are you that every team makes the state tournament when you get a team this good?
Wait, you're asking me on the spot that question?
Yeah.
No. You know what? We're just, you know what? We're happy. We love our region. We think our region is the most competitive from top to bottom, and so we think pretty much every game is preparing us for that, you know, that next level when we get to state. We all get there, but I think these games like this, you see them. The game last Tuesday against Orem, every game's a nail biter. Our first game at Alta. That's why I'm gray and losing my hair. I had full head of hair and it was black at the beginning of the season. So.
Well, you say that because you went from Region 4 to Region 7. I mean, it always just works out that way for you.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some yeah, right. Yeah, that's why I just, go right from the frying pan to the fryer. So yeah.
Coach, talk about this team. You know, Dusty talked about some of your teams and Blaze Neal and some of those other players, but you've got Gonzalez, and he's a talented player, but it feels like this is a team where any given night, anyone can make a big contribution. Tonight it was Jacobs. Talk about the lift he provided for you tonight and really kind of the nature of this team.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, we're not very big, and you can see that. And we've played a lot of teams, like we talked before the game. We've played some teams with some great posts, just great teams all around. But we need players like Charles to step up and give us some muscle inside and get us those rebounds and limit teams to one shot or less per possession. And we talked, remember I told you, it's one of the keys of the game, offensive rebounds. If we can keep Brown off the glass, because he's so smooth, but they got other guys too that can kill you. They all know their roles. But Charles really stepped up tonight. This was his best game so far this year, and he picked a good time to have it, and hopefully we'll have a bunch more.
I was keeping track. You guys gave up the 8th offensive rebound with about 14 seconds left. So I think check on that one.
We gave it up. He ain't playing anymore.
Well, right. I was going to say it was Brownell right before that 5th foul. So.
Yeah, whoever didn't box him out, he's done.
Coach, you kept getting up 5-6 points. They kept reeling you back. And what is it when you have a game like that? Do you prefer them, or would you rather have the coast along game where guys get a little sloppy?
I think I prefer having them, you know, every now and then, you know, it makes your team tougher and all that. Every game, it's a little hard on the heart, you know. But I will say this, every game has been exciting, so I can't complain. Hopefully all these tough wins and tough close losses are just going to make us really strong mentally, again, when state starts. So I'm hoping it kind of continues, but I want them to finish like this.
Talk about Noah, a young man. He hit 1 2-point field goal tonight. I think he hit 4 threes and a bunch of free throws at the end. But talk about what you see in his development and his ability and what the future is for him.
You know, surprisingly, Noah's very unselfish. I feel like he passes up a lot of shots, and we tell him that all the time. But he wants to incorporate his teammates. He, Tyson, Blake, I mean, all these guys, McKay, they love playing together. You know, he wants to spread the ball around. He wants everybody to, you know, provide, you know, some offense and all that kind of stuff. But there's times where during the timeout and all that, earlier, like his freshman and sophomore year, we were saying, Noah, if you don't shoot the ball, I'm taking you out. Now I can just kind of give him that look. So I think, to answer your question, I think he's grown in a sense where I can just kind of give him that look like, dude, what are you doing? You know, you're passing up a shot and now we're not even getting the shot off because maybe, you know, the ball gets turned over or something later. We want our best shooter with the ball in his hands when he's open. I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? But he's very unselfish, and he plays well off those other guys, Tyson and Blake and McKay and all those guys, Logan. So.
Well, Coach, you don't want to have your guys tight all the time. So Who's the guy on the team or guys on the team that helps keep things loose and in the right way, maybe?
You got to have that balance. I think sense of humor, you need to have that sense of humor, and there's a fine line. But Ray J, the guy who dumped the water, he does a good job. And McKay's a feisty guy, but man, he's got a great sense of humor, and his laugh is contagious. It's one of those kids where I'll hear him laughing, and I don't even know what they're laughing about, but I run over there because I want to hear what they're laughing about because it's just the way he is. But he's the guy that kind of keeps them loose. Yeah, so when games are tight and all that kind of stuff. But he's also the same guy that'll reel them in. And maybe it's that football mentality, you know. He's just a great all-around athlete, great kid. So,
Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight, and look forward to catching you down the road.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys later. I hope you like the new gym.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Keep building these. We'll keep showing up.
They will come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming down.
Coach. You know, Coach Yeager's one of the nicest coaches. I mean, 5 years ago, we were here when he first started here at Lehi after coaching girls basketball. Fun to see, and I meant this when I said it to him, because he's had some good teams here at Lehi.
Yeah.
He was in Region 4, and only 4 teams got into the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're in, and they can make some noise.
They can. This is a really tough lineup. And you look at Gonzalez, and, you know, the thing that surprised me tonight was his ability to hit the outside shot. I mean, I knew he was a scorer. I was expecting a little bit more of a penetrator as opposed to a dynamic three-point shooter. I mean, tonight he hit 1 field goal from inside the arc. 1. Finished with 21 points. 4 threes, the rest coming at the line. When you have a guy who can close out like that, boy, that's so critical to you making a run. And then this team, you know, Coach Yeager talked about, we aren't very big. They play big tonight. Yeah. I mean, you know, going up against Jaden Brownell, he's a really talented big. He can stretch you outside. He can dominate the glass. He can win inside. And they did a heck of a job. And you look at the contributions tonight in the key. This is a team that Coach Yeager said we cannot get dominated on offensive glass. They did not. They were in there. They were tough. They were physical. They can play a multitude of different ways. A lot of pieces here at Lehi. And in 5A, there is no favorite, which means it's anybody's game on any given night. And some of these close losses they're having, you just kind of feel like that's preparing them to learn how to close out games late, which you're going to need when you hit the state tournament. This Lehi team, it's a scary group come state tournament time.
Very, very good. Again, want to thank Coach Yeager, Tyson Hawkins, and Noah Gonzalez for joining us here on the Moments of the Week, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching Deseret News Rewind.